Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. We are going along quite nicely, building up our construction industry, and there's a lot of factories go along with it and a lot of conveyor belts, which in retrospect is probably a little bit more pricey than what I can actually handle at this point in time. But what I'm going to do, well, let's get our construction industry actually assigned to start building some of these pieces of road over here so that they can slowly start doing their thing. Road connection, okay, fine. So let's just slowly start building up pieces by little bits and pieces. I'm not going to expand the coal industry at the moment, but yeah, that's a very slow moving thing to do. So I fixed it. I've now got a brickworks over here, and the brickworks is actually now starting to perform some more tasks. We do have workers at all of these places and they are doing their thing. Let's quickly have a look and see what's going on here. We've got like 6 workers over here preparing tonnage for us, and we've got like 0 workers over here. So workers is absolutely a problem. But if I look at this, we still have like 59 unemployed workers. The question in my mind is, where are they? So is there a way that I can find my unemployed workers? Is it a matter that these unemployed workers are actually over here? I don't think so, because there's so much that's currently being worked at over here. So I don't quite get why we're having unemployed workers. They have 7 workers. There's some staff over here. None of these things are fully worked, right? So why do I get that there's so much? Well, workers can't find work because there's no kindergarten or places available. What? Workers can't work because there is no kindergarten or places available. So if I go to the kindergarten, right, there is a work spot available. So that becomes a little bit of a citizens were unable to visit a hospital. Okay, we probably need to start looking at building some of those things, like building a hospital and the likes. So let's grab ourselves that piece. We go and we get our hospital. Do I connect it up like this? I do like the idea of having a hospital here in Chaosgrad. It's kind of what we do. Hospital next to... Do we do a hospital in this block over here? Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm going to build a hospital over there, and we're actually not going to wait for that construction. We need that construction industry to get way more better. So I think if I quickly have a look at workers, right? So let's have a look. Gaining resources, something about citizens daily life, citizen watching, how to get citizens to move into residential buildings, how to get citizens to go to work. Okay, let's have a look. If you have citizens living in your residential buildings, you can send them to work. You have 2 options: factory, workplace close to their home. If there is a factory or any work place where the workers are needed close to their residential, workers will go there on foot. You can check if any building is reachable for workers, citizens on foot by mousing over icon of the building's window. If no workplace can be reached by foot, you can transport citizens to their workplace by bus or train. Build the train platform or the bus platform near the residential buildings. You will see the workers waiting for this, waiting on those platforms. Define this platform as the first stop in the vehicle schedule, then define the destination, factory, workplace second. Eventually you can build a platform near the factories or places of work or step of that. So that's pretty much what we've been doing. Is there anything else that we can do? So let's do university and make them smarter, transportation for the masses, new citizens, health is inevitable, death of citizens, happiness, religion, why should I build kindergartens? Well, let's have a quick look at this. If citizens have a young child, they cannot go to work unless... they're placed in the kindergarten. It's remembered we have kindergarten in the residential area to release extra workers. You lose a few workers to the staffing of the kindergarten, but get many more workers due to childcare. And then why should I build schools? It's highly recommended schools if you have children. You can learn during their childhood. Then when they reach an adult, they will be able to go to work and not require a basic education. Teachers working in schools require university education. The number of teachers and staff determines the maximum numbers of scholars. If the number of scholars is more than this maximum, then the remainder of scholars will wait for schoolyard or for classes to become available. Okay, so probably something we need to keep an eye on. Let's quickly see what's going on with our new hospital. We have doctors, so we can treat patients, but it's not an issue at the moment. School, we have room for children. The kindergarten is full. That is basically the issue. We've got a bit of an issue with the kindergarten. So let's build an extra kindergarten over here. I think that is probably a good thing. So go to education, we'll grab ourselves an extra kindergarten and we'll try and squeeze it in somewhere over here. Maybe what we need to do is we also need to start looking at expanding this area a little bit. So what I'll do is I'm just gonna expand this road out a little bit this way, and what we'll do is that specific piece of road we will actually expand upon in an appropriate manner. We will do an extra road out this way as well, so the town starts expanding out a little bit. We'll just buy these roads because we don't have the asphalt and the stuff required to build this kind of road, and I don't want to do too many additional of these things. So what I'm keen on doing is maybe placing another kindergarten slightly further away. Don't want it right on top of things. Okay, slightly further away. We will build ourselves another kindergarten over here. So we will just kind of purchase this construction outright, and hopefully that will start meaning that people will actually more people will be able to get to work. Yeah, so we'll see about whether that is actually doing its thing. So slowly this town is starting to grow out a little bit more. We have people, doctors and stuff, so people can actually get, well, let's see how far people can go. So we've got a little situation that one of these buildings is not actually reachable, but we'll see. We'll expand this area over here a bit more. We still have no escapees, right? Yeah, no one's escaped. We had a few deaths, but no escapees. We've had a number of births, so that's pretty good. We don't really have immigrants, but when our birth rate has dropped a little bit, so I don't quite know why that is the case. Over here we should have a kindergarten, right? Oh, wow, but that takes a lot of kids actually. So what's the issue over here then? We just don't have the workers. Well, that's a bit of a bummer, but anyway, that should be fine. We should allow for that. It's okay. It's natural expansion that we've got going on over there. Do we have sufficient workers coming into these? Really, we don't. And over here, we have more workers working here and there, but we don't have anything to actually do. But we are now starting to see some bricks being developed. So what we need to do is we need to somehow prioritize that people from there should be going to work on that side. Where are you going? And you've got 0 people. You're bringing 0 people anywhere. Okay, all of that gravel has been arrived, but we're still waiting on workers and the likes to come in over here. So yeah, workers is a massive problem out in the sticks on this side of town. But what I would imagine is this side, maybe we don't have unemployment over here. Maybe I can say something like this. You should be going... Well, maybe I should just say that. You should be going over there. So our max numbers of workers will actually be going to the bus platform. Well... Okay, let's just, can we, no, so we're just saying 100% of them are going there. So we'll send most of these workers to the bus platform. What we'll do in the meantime is we'll look into the construction. Hang on, before we do that, maybe what we'll do is we'll start having bricks available for construction. So we'll have bricks and boards available for construction. And the question is, do we, no, I think that's fine. 56 tons of bricks is, I think, sufficient for now. What we'll do, however, is we'll assign the brick place. Okay, so now we've got the brick factory directly available for that, and we've got boards and so on. So if we decide to build some of these buildings, we still need asphalt and we still need steel to do it. So we need to develop that industry a little bit. But what I'm going to do is let's start by building, well, I'm tempted to start building one of these small ones just so we see it actually works. And that's a bit zoomed out, so I'll have to zoom in over here so we can find appropriate spot for it. Give me one of these small brick flats and see if I can squeeze it in somewhere over here. Perfect. I think that's exactly what we want to do. There we go. Plop it in there. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll actually build that little piece like so. And I'll also kind of tie in a little bit of a footpath over there. Probably over there. And we'll build all of that. Okay, and now what I'll do is I will assign, so that piece of road is underway. Probably this thing should have been elsewhere. But what I'll do is I will assign, oh, that's the progress shown over there. So we'll do this and we'll send these guys over here as well. So hopefully some of these vehicles will start making a move. What do we need to, I think bricks goes in the open hull, isn't it? If I go here and I have a look at the open hull, they do get bricks. So yeah, so we should be able to move bricks around. Okay, while the construction of that very first piece there is underway and we've got workers coming in, resources needed to finish the current phase. Ah, I see. So at the moment asphalt is one of our big things. Do we get an asphalt storage and we start buying asphalt? Is that something we can do? Because I do want to get the construction industry up and running. So if we go for storage, what kind of storage actually takes asphalt? So the small aggregate storage does asphalt. So if I go here, can we can purchase, no, we cannot purchase. Hang on, I'm misreading this thing. This is what it, aggregate storage. It costs asphalt, it doesn't store asphalt. Stores meat. So really, it doesn't seem like we can store asphalt. I don't know. Sorry, I don't really work in the construction industry, so I don't quite know these kind of things. I would have thought it would be here, but yeah, clearly we can't. But we can build a storage and then purchase some of these materials, which is good for us. Okay, so let's see about developing an asphalt plant. So an asphalt plant requires bitumen, which we will then purchase, as well as gravel. Okay, so there we go. Gravel comes in from over here. Okay, so this is going to be about what we're going to do. All right. This infrastructure is slightly in my way if I wanted to build this piece. Okay, let's have a quick look. Do we have gravel? We're struggling with gravel actually. We probably need to get that working a little bit better. Okay, what I'm going to do first is just let's quickly divert this line. So let's cancel these wires like so. Okay, and we'll start afresh. Over here. Okay, good stuff. Let's build those so we continue the power of all these facilities. Now, give me this thing. The asphalt plant. I think the asphalt plant will look... Ooh, it's not going to work there though. Because... it's not going to work there. The asphalt plant is not going to work there. Where it could work, however, is a little something like over here, say, where we can get it straight from that conveyor. And then we've got some kind of, and we'll get workers straight from that platform as well. Nice. Where's our worker pieces? Our worker entries aren't actually shown. at the moment. But what we'll do is we'll get a conveyor to come in straight from over there. We have the ability to pipe the asphalt out somewhere. Asphalt. To the concrete plant? No. No, can't be. Okay, asphalt. Bitumen. That's what it is. Bitumen needs to go in there. So unless we have a truck that brings in bitumen. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that works. Let us build this guy over here. We'll build it with rubles. We probably should have built the road first. No, that's not what I want. So, it's too close. The road can't actually get through there. Can we get there? Oh! No. And it's so expensive to build those things. No! Bastards. Come on. I don't know whether we'll actually be able to get that in. Yeah, that's pretty pricey for a little pretty pricey mistake that we've got going on over there. Come on, can we not run through here? See, this is the issue. Oh, we will get this to work. Yeah, there we go. No, just get rid of this planning here and there, and let's try that again one more time. Okay, let's pull that back a little bit. Why is that struggling so much to do this move? Is this the wire? Is the wireframe messing me up? It is flat. It's like crazy flat, guys. I don't know why this is some kind of massive issue. Actually, you know what I do? I'll just do that, and then it'll work. That's crazy. Anyway. Probably just do that. There we go. Built. It's a little tight, but I mean, this is one of those areas, you know. It only takes 5 workers. So what we'll do is we'll have to purchase resources from that one. So give me my conveyor. There you go. You've got your conveyor setup starting over here. We're going to need our little footpaths to come in. Well, we will give you a little footpath from there. Build that out for us, and we'll see. So now this whole site will actually start to get some stuff. It has a very small asphalt storage, and the bitumen tank, we are going to need to purchase resources with like rubles. So let's just make sure that we purchase like, how many tons? Like 5 tons, right? Just like that. Okay, so we'll purchase that. So that's just arriving. That's okay. So we shall now be able to create asphalt. And asphalt goes where? Asphalt is not stored anywhere, I believe. So who drives asphalt around? It's just in there. Oh, we're waiting on workers, and then we'll start producing a little bit of asphalt. So the question is, how do we store it? We just make asphalt available by like that. Is that it? So we just need a truck that can sort it. So let's have a look at the trucks. So if we say concrete mixer, only concrete. If we say open hole, it doesn't do that. If we say covered hole, doesn't do it. Right? So what kind of vehicle do we need? A dumper. A dumper does asphalt. There we go. So we have dumpers, so we should be able to get asphalt out. Do we have any form of asphalt storage anywhere? Or maybe what we should do is we should actually get a little bit of a storage area going on somewhere over here. Area is getting pretty full and busy, so let's grab an extra storage area. Let us not get it straight from the plant. There we go. Asphalt plant not assigned. That's fine. What we'll do is we'll get ourselves a small aggregate storage. It cannot. It doesn't actually hold asphalt. Well, then fine. Then what you're going to do is just going to get it straight from the plant. That's as good as we can get it. So as soon as you get that going, we'll sort all of that out. Hopefully we'll get some workers in here. I'm going to go in here. Can I find gaining resources, how to get gravel? Let's chat about factories. No. Oil, wood, gravel. It's not the kind of stuff that I'm after. Managing resources is the stuff that I need. Most important topics: how to build buildings, how to get citizens to move, tweak a building's productivity. That's something I probably need to have a look at. Let's quickly have a look and see what they say. Oh, okay. Sometimes you want factory and other buildings to work only at a fraction of its capacity. For example, you may have a food factory, but you do not have enough crops to produce food. The result, there are many workers keep the factory at 100% capacity. Well, the workers, okay, excellent. Workers are effectively being paid for no work. You can use the productivity tweak button. You can simply select many workers should go to each factory or building should be working at you. Decrease productivity, you don't need it at 100%. And if more production is needed, you can increase productivity. You can do this for all buildings, mines, factories, shops, etc. where there are workers. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce capacity at a number of spots. Something like that is about what we will do. Yes, I think this is great. Okay, we'll reduce capacity at most places. That's what I want to do. Now, that's okay. We can keep our capacity fairly high over there. Wow, this is insane. We don't need this kind of capacity over here. So we'll reduce capacity. Yeah, this is something we should have done a long time ago. We don't need all of this capacity, as we don't have all of these guests everywhere. That's fine. We can't do much about that. Absolutely, I should have done this a very long time ago to release more workers to various other things. That's fine. Let's reduce capacity over here. Excellent. We could probably do a little bit more here. Okay, something like that. So we'll do a little bit more like that. Okay, nice. Now we need to have a look at these things. This thing doesn't need a full capacity workforce, so we'll drop that straight down to like 10. 4. Oh no, it's 10 is the workers now. This one we're gonna drop. Well, at least it's not working at all. We'll drop that one all the way down to 5. So when we do start using that, this one is okay, and there's lots of quarried stone. So really, we need workers to come over here. That's fine. What we need to do is drop. That's not what I want. Let's drop the productivity here to say 5. Over there is nothing working there. Over here, no. Stop buying stuff. Drop that to like 2. Drop this one to like 2. Doesn't actually work. Hang on. Let me just see. So it had workers. It's got no. It hasn't had workers at all. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that. What's happening over here? This one really doesn't need lots and lots of workers. So this one is going to go down to say a max of 5 workers. And then over here, we probably don't need as many either. Let's just drop that to say 25 workers over there. Let's have a quick look at these facilities. No staff available. Okay, let's drop some of this. Like 2 staff in the bar. And like 4 or 3 staff over here. And wow, there's so few people working here. But what we'll do is we'll go there to say, actually this one I wanted to do a little bit more because we need, people are waiting actually. Okay, that's okay. What we have over here, we don't need that much school space. So let's drop that down to say something like that maybe. Good stuff. Now, what's happening over here? Are we getting lots of workers over here? We're getting some workers over here. So we are at least now producing the coal stuff. Excellent. So that construction is underway. This construction is underway as well. We have gravel on site, but we don't have concrete or anything else on site. So let's quickly have a look and see what's going on. I just want to make sure my processes are all actually working. Do we have the concrete mixer doing its thing anywhere, making its way in this direction? That's the workers. This is the dumper, and I'm guessing it's not going for the gravel. It's actually going to go for asphalt. It seems to be want to go for asphalt, right? Because we are now actually producing asphalt with some of the workers that we've got going on over here. We've got this guy. Excellent, excellent. So it's got its concrete. The concrete and the asphalt is underway to go there. The question is, we also need, oh, not in this phase of construction, we don't need the boards. Okay, let's see about that. You're gonna load how much? I believe that's all you need. That's cool. I like it. So they're actually starting to work. It's a long distance to travel, of course. The excavator is over here. We are waiting concrete and asphalt, and then there's work days that's underway. So the excavator will take over some of that work. And then the next round is bricks, boards, asphalt, concrete, and steel is the thing we need to start looking at after this. So the steel factory, let's, while that's all underway, and I'm happy that we've dropped our production stuff, let us reduce our workers on this as well. We could do with tons more, but let's get a reasonable amount. We'll say stick that to like 60 as a maximum. Not that we ever get close to that, but we'll get it to something like that. We'll get both of them down to 60, so if there are, and then if we have a look, we've got 120 unemployed workers, but they, for some reason, they can't actually get from the one place to the other place. So what I would want to do is at some point maybe investigate the use of a rail to get people from point A to point B. So we have workers waiting at these platforms now. But hopefully that's the case. So there's workers here, there are workers here, and that one doesn't actually grab workers at all. So that's okay, that gets workers. These guys have their workers in place, but very, very minimal actually. No resources. It kind of does it very quickly. There's tons of coal that's required over here. This one should be pretty close to full up. We probably don't need much. Oh, actually, it's got tons of room for coal. Yeah, so the whole coal industry needs to ramp it up. So really, our production of coal here should get. We need to ramp up this production of coal. It's extremely slow. It is extremely slow. What I could actually do is see about purchasing a little bit of coal ore. I'm going to purchase a little bit of coal ore so that we actually start producing stuff. Oh, actually, probably need to purchase more. So with that in mind, that should start. Oh, it is actually producing stuff, isn't it? Okay, well let's drop that down to 10. So this is now constantly producing coal. So let's do that for a little while. I want to make sure our coal industry actually does do its thing and keeps its coal coming in. But yeah, actually it's probably better we do it this way so that we can maintain constant stuff, so we can fill up everything with coal. That would be the idea. If we can fill up all of these storages with coal, yeah, so once we get everything filled up, that should be fine. That should be fine. This thing is filling up, so it's okay. And then what we can do is we can switch off the purchase plan, and then the little bits and pieces that actually come in will do wonders for us from there. Nice. That's okay. That's okay. We should be able to get more of this actually being produced all the time. Yeah, we just need more coal ore being produced. But yeah, the sources here are fairly poor, so that feels like a lot of wasted construction. all of this we should have just purchased it day one. Okay, so let's have a quick look as a final thing for this episode. Let's have a quick look at the steel industry. So steel needs iron, it needs coal, and it consumes coal and iron, and it produces steel. It needs a lot of coal, and then it produces steel, and of course it needs power. So the question is, for me, is do we go about getting the steel industry set up somewhere over here? Look, it's got a bit of a rail facility going on. So maybe what we do is we try and squeeze it in over here somewhere. I would like to get it pretty close to that bus station so we can actually make use of it, and I would also like it to be able to, okay, so let's zoom in just a tad over here. I want to see if I can get the steel industry to start right over here. So this entire space here becomes our steel industry. So it's the steel mill. Let's see, where's our road connections? Over there. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of having the steel mill right over there. It's got inputs over here, so we can input straight from that side. Oh, it needs some significant power, which we can of course run in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep bringing it a little bit closer so we can get it closer to that worker facility. Yeah, I want to get it as close as possible to the bus platform. But yeah, the steel industry is the next big thing for us. Let's keep flattening this and bringing this ever closer. If we have to move that power facility, I think we should probably do it. Yeah, let's quickly, I'm pretty keen for us to move that. So let's go over here. We'll go over there. What we'll do is we'll get that out of the way, and we'll bring, oops, that's not the one, and we'll bring the steel. What is that? Oh, that was still under construction. Come on. Really? I'm not sure it's going to work from a rail perspective though, but I do want to bring it as close as possible to that bus station. I want people to be able to get here quite easily, and maybe we're going to have to need to feed it with a train station at some point, in which case I think we do have room for it right next to it. I would be keen to get some trains up and running. But yeah, getting ourselves set up for the construction industry has taken a fair bit of stuff in the industry environment. Okay, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm actually going to just put a cut in this episode, and when you come back, we'll have a steel mill. But the setup of the steel mill and where we get the resources and things like that, I will share with you as we start the next episode. Okay, guys, thanks so much for joining and having a look at this episode. If you've liked it, hit the like button, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.